So, Kendall, I guess first and foremost, you're down on the depth chart as an offensive lineman, but you've been doing a lot of work with the tight ends. Do you feel like that's where you're possibly going to end up?
At tight end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing good at tight end. I'm coming to my own. I'm getting more agile and quicker with my feet, and they're going to use me as a blocking tight end, and I feel like I got an advantage on most tight ends with that.
When you say blocking tight end, are you going to have an opportunity to get out there and catch a few balls? Or?
Of course, yeah, we'll throw some passes in there, but blocking is my strength, so they're going to mainly focus on that.
When, you look at the fact of being like an offensive lineman, you have obviously a lot of height on your end. When you came in here, did you feel specifically that it was just offensive lineman, or do you think you had that opportunity to kind of branch out?
Oh, no, sir. On my official visit, they kind of told me that they were leaning towards the tight end field for me, and I accepted that. And then in the offseason, I was working on routes and everything and just embracing the tight end position.
What are you taking from the tight end position from a guy like Beckett Wales, who's had a lot of time out there on the field? Has he tried to guide you at all?
Oh, of course. Beckett works with great technique and effort. So at the end of the play, he's finishing blocks, and that just drives me to try to be better than Beckett eventually.
When you look at the rest of the guys that are out there at tight end, as a group, how would you describe each other?
Our tight ends, we're strong. We're a good group. We're physical, and we like to get out and block. And we got to catch fast as we can.
As far as George McDonald and wanting to utilize the tight end, what's he said to you about how important it is for, whether you're blocking or not, to have the tight end as a part of the offense?
The tight end is a big part of the offense. We only got like a couple formations where the tight end is not in. So in his eyes, I would see tight end as a big part.
And what have you taken from day one that you were here to where you're at right now? Where do you think you've improved the most so far?
The speed of the game. I've got my technique better, and I adjusted to the speed. So I'm picking up stuff faster, and I'm reading it faster versus high school where stuff is more slow.
As far as catching balls, do you think your hands have gotten better?
Yeah, I can catch a ball. I can catch pretty good.
And then, looking at the quarterbacks that are there, have you had an opportunity to get, a good amount of reps with anybody specifically? Or?
Well, I take reps. Like in the beginning, I was running with the threes, and so I was going with every quarterback in twos and ones. So I got a fair share of every quarterback pretty much.
As far as any similarities or differences, do you think, when you're catching a ball from a different quarterback, that there's a lot of differences from each guy, or is there more of a similarity?
No, not really. When you're out there, the ball just comes. You got to just focus and catch it. It's not really thinking about the throw.
As far as the offense itself, what are you learning from the Syracuse offense? Does it have any similarities to what you've known in high school?
Well, no, in high school we ran like heavy spreads, and I was like a tackle, so it was more pull. But this offense is basic but complex at the same time. So we got our base plays, but we can run a lot of stuff out of it. So it's an effective offense for me.
When you have this time to go before Penn State comes, before the season starts, what do you want to work on the most as far as your work right now?
I just want to run my blocking technique. I feel like that's my strength, and if I can improve that, then that's just thumbs up for my game, helping me.
As far as the offensive line, Syracuse has had a lot of the guys on the starting offensive line are veterans. Have you tried to talk to them at all about technique?
Oh, yes, sir. Mikey McPherson, the center, he likes me because I block a lot of tight end. I block a lot, and that's what he likes on the tight end. So he always critiques me on my technique and everything in film study.
And before I let you go here, that number change.
Yeah.
Why 87?
I had to get my number changed. 98 wasn't looking too pretty, so 87 was more fitting for a tight end. And I feel more comfortable now. You feel good, look good, you play good.
Is it kind of like a new birth for you?
Yeah, it's a new birth. I feel more effective now, like my routes. I feel more.
Because you have a number that makes more sense on offense.
Yeah, a number that makes more sense.
And finally, with Scott Shafer, what are you taking from him as a coach? Have you ever experienced a guy like him?
No, I haven't. Scott Shafer, he's a good coach. He's real hard. He likes us to play hard and fast. Whether my old coach liked us hard and fast too. Coach Shafer, he'll get on you. He'll get on you, he'll yell at you, but then he'll be right back friends with you the next minute. He leave everything in the past and don't hold his grudges.
I appreciate it, Kendall.
Yep, no problem.